Hi, Medford Family Network. How are you? I miss seeing you guys. I've played over the years many times at Wright's Pond and over on the half shell, whatever you call that, over on the green there in Medford. And I used to live in Medford. My name's Alastair Moock, by the way. And now I live nearby, not too far away. But I wish we could all be together. We can't this year, but next year I hope I'll be back out there and I'll see you guys again with the wonderful Marie Cassidy. I'm going to start by playing a song that was the very first song I ever wrote that was more for kids than adults. And it goes like this. There's a good part for you. I'll show you. I once met a cow who was standing in the mud with its mouth wide open, just chewing its cud. I went up and told her it was rude to do. The cow looked up and she just said moo. A cow says moo, cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? That's your part. Cow says moo. Try it with me. Ready? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? It's easy, right? A lion says roar, a mouse says eek, an owl says hoo with it scratching its beak. A zebra says nothing, a rabbit does too. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? Yeah. A pig, ready? A pig. A pig says oink, a horse says neigh. Old men say, bring me some soup on a tray. This parrot I know says he plays the kazoo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A snake, ready? A snake. A snake says hiss, your brother says no. A gerbil says ouch if you step on its toe. I never have spoken with a kangaroo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says yes, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? You know what? Hyenas will laugh, donkeys will bray. They love a good joke if it's told the right way. I once met a turtle, said he lived in a shoe. Can anybody tell me why a cow says? Let's do a quiet one. Quiet, ready? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? Good. Can you do even quieter? So quiet. Shh, listen. A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? Cow says moo, cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? Yeah. One more. Grandma says sweetie, Grandpa calls out the scores. Your aunt says Earl, but your uncle still snores. Your mom or your dad say we sure love you. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? A cow says moo, cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why that cow says moo? A cow says moo, a cow says moo. Can anybody tell me why a cow says moo? Nice. All right, well, it's August, and that means it's time to do some fishing. It's a good month for fishing if you've ever fished or if you like doing that. Even if you don't, it's fun to go around with somebody else. And along the way today, I'm going to show you some pictures of different musical heroes of mine. This song called Fishin' Blues was first performed by a guy named Henry Thomas on an early 1900s recording. But it was made famous, most famous by this guy, whose name is Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. One of my very favorite blues players and singers. And he really changed the sound of this song. And it goes like this. I bet you going fishing all of the time, baby, going fishing too. I bet your life, your sweet wife, she gonna catch more fish than you. Many fish bites if you got good bait. Here's a little tip that I would like to relate. Say many fish bites if you got good bait. I'm going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby going fishing too. Well, I went on down to my favorite fishing hole. Baby grabbed me a pole and line. I threw my pole on and caught a 9-pound catfish. Then I brought it home for supper time, singing many fish bites if you got good bait. Here's a little tip that I would like to relate. I said many fish bites if you got good bait. I'm going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby going fishing too. Listen, my little brother nearly run me out of my mind. Say, could I go fishing with you? So I took him on down to the fishing hole. What do you think that guy did do? He pulled a great big fish out the bottom of the pond. Now he's laughed and jumped, cause he's real gone. I said, many fish bite if you got good bait. I'm going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby going fishing too. All right. When you fish, you always got to take a guitar solo. Fish come right jumping out if they hear a guitar solo. They love it. Put 'em in the pot, put 'em in the pan, cook until they're nice and brown. Bake a batch of buttermilk cold cake, mama. Then you chew them things and you chomp 'em on down, singing many fish bites if you got good bait. Here's a little tip that I would like to relate. I say many fish bites if you got good bait. I'm going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby going fishing too. Well, bet you going fishing all of the time. I baby going fishing too. I bet your life and your sweet wife, she gonna catch more fish than you. Many fish bites if you got good bait. Here's a little tip I'd like to relate. I said many fish bites if you got good bait. I'm going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby going fishing too. Well, I'm going fishing, yes, I'm going fishing, and my baby going fishing too. One more. All right. So now I want to do a little talking and a little singing to go with the talking. That would be good too, right? I want to show you, I made a new album this year, and it came out during this whole virus pandemic, so it got a little lost along the way, but it's called Be a Pain, an album for young and old leaders. Now, being a pain isn't something that kids get told to do a lot, right? Usually we tell kids to stop being a pain, because there's bad being a pain, but there's also good being a pain. Just like there's bad trouble and what John Lewis called good trouble. This is civil rights icon and leader and U.S. House of Representatives member John Lewis. You see him there? John Lewis died just this summer at the age of 80, and he was one of our country's great, great leaders. And he talked about getting into what he called good trouble. Now, good trouble means going out and sometimes disrupting things or making things uncomfortable because you're doing it for an important reason. You're doing it to let people know that things have to change to make them better. You know? Sometimes people have gone out and they've marched for all kinds of different things. Last year, there was a big, big march, and a lot of kids participated. It was a march for global climate change. It was a global climate strike march. And it said that this practices and the things we're doing are heating up our earth. And we need to change what we're doing, or else our earth isn't going to be healthy. And that march was largely led by a young woman named Greta Thunberg, who's only in her teens, a young, young woman. There have been other people who've gone out and marched for good trouble. There are people right now who are going out and marching and saying Black Lives Matter. Now that's really important. It's reminding everybody in America that we can't forget about people. And when we do, or we treat one group of people different, that then we're not keeping the promise of America. We need to go out and march to change things. My song Be a Pain marches, or it mentions 4 different people or groups of people. Let's see. The first person it mentions is Rosa Parks. Have you ever heard her name? Rosa Parks was somebody that John Lewis met early in his career. A woman who stood up for what she believed in, or in her case, sat down on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. She's in my song. This guy over here, he's in my song too. His name is Harvey Milk. Harvey Milk was a famous gay rights leader, an LGBTQ man who fought for the rights of his people to be treated equally, just like Dr. King and Rosa Parks and John Lewis did. Down here are a couple of tennis players. I don't know if you know them. Have you ever seen this woman over here? Sometimes she's still on TV today. Her name is Serena Williams, and she has stood up for women's rights and black rights in sports. And her hero, one of her heroes, whose name was Billie Jean King, did this many years ago. And Billie Jean King said that everybody needs to be paid equally. Women need to be paid equally to men. Now that's true, she said, in my sport of tennis, but it's true in every job, and she fought for that. And finally, here are some teenagers from Parkland, Florida, who stood up for something they believed in too. They believed that we needed to have more gun control in our country to keep us safe. So this song's called Be a Pain, and it's about what John Lewis called good trouble. It goes like this. If you see something that's wrong, raise your hand and say that's wrong. Point it out and name that thing by its name. Don't stand by and stare. If it's wrong, it's your affair. Don't be quiet. Make a riot. Be a pain. Be a pain, be a pain. Shout about it and complain. Ignore the crowd and go against the grain. Don't be polite. Raise your voice and do what's right. Be a pain, be a pain, be a pain. When Rosa Parks sat on that bus, she chose to make a fuss. She chose to break the rules and take the blame. Her choice to sit and fight helped to bring on civil rights, because one strong woman chose to be a pain. Be a pain, be a pain. Shout about it and complain. When they say you have to move, say I'll remain. Don't be polite, raise your voice and do what's right. Be a pain, be a pain, be a pain. Harvey Milk, he chose to run for the council board and won, even though folks said you can't because you're gay. One brave LGBTQ elected leader ran and knew you can change things if you choose to be a pain. Be a pain, be a pain. Shout about it and complain. Tell 'em I won't let you make me feel ashamed. Don't be polite, raise your voice, do what's right. Be a pain, be a pain, be a pain. A tennis star named Billie Jean told the world she had a dream that men and women would be paid the same. She refused to hit that ball till there was equal pay for all. She was a king because she was a royal pain. Be a pain, be a pain. Shout about it and complain. If they refuse to pay, refuse to play the game. Don't be polite, raise your voice, do what's right. Be a pain, be a pain, be a pain. One more. Kids from Parkland led the fight for something they all knew was right. They said it's time for us to finally make a change. If adults can't compromise, we must go march for our lives. They spoke out and led the charge. They all were pains. Be a pain, be a pain. Shout about it and complain. When you're faced with laws you know are just insane. Don't be polite, raise your voice, do what's right. Be a pain, be a pain, be a pain. One more. Be a pain, shout about it and complain. Ignore the crowd and go against the grain. Don't be polite, raise your voice, do what's right. Be a pain, be a pain, be a pain. All right, it's time to bring out the big guns now. I got my electric guitar here. We're gonna sing a song written by somebody who knew something about being a pain and causing good trouble. His name, oh, I got the wrong guy here. Where is he? Oh, here he is. His name was Woody Guthrie. There he is, Woody Guthrie. And see, he played a guitar like mine. Look, he played a black guitar just like my electric guitar. They didn't really have electric guitars around when he started playing, so he played acoustic. But he wrote one of our country's most famous folk songs, and it was made into this very cool book you could find in your library called This Land Is Your Land. I wonder if you know it. Have you heard it before? This song is about the fact that this country is a place that belongs to all of us. This place we live, America. And that you can't leave anybody out. You can't leave them out because of the color of their skin or what they look like or who they love or whether they're a boy or girl or even something else. You can't leave people out. You got to let them come be part, because that's the promise of our country, that we would be free and we would provide opportunities for people. And that's a promise we got to keep working towards. Come sing this song with me. Let's turn it down a little bit. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and I rambled. I'll follow my footsteps through the sparkling sands of your diamond desert. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Here's a verse you don't hear very often. As I was walking, I saw a sign there, and on the sign it said no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That side was made for you and me. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Nobody living could ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living gonna make me turn back now, 'cause this land, it was made for you and me. This land is your land, and this land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. All right, now let's bring it back to basics a little bit here. I know we got a whole big range of age of kids who will be watching, so maybe this one's a little more for the younger kids, but it gets more complicated as it goes, so stick with me, okay? Now, this is an old folk song. You may not think of it as a folk song, but it is. It's been around for a very long time, and people teach it to each other. That's what a folk song is. It gets passed from one person to the next person. And this is an important one because it teaches us something we all need to know when we go to school, when we start. Goes like this. See if you know this song. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Have you heard this before? H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Goes Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? All right, now backwards. Here we go. Me with sing, you won't time next. C, B, A's my no, I, nah. What? You don't know it backwards? Could you practice? You think you could learn it backwards? This is a version I made up. I like this. It's called the CBAs. This is a little bit harder, but you can learn this, and it's a great time to learn it during the quarantine. This is a perfect time. It goes like this. Me with sing, you won't time next. CBA's my no, I now. Z and Y, X, U, double V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. All right, what do you think? It's not bad, right? Now, I have another version that my kids helped me write when they were little. I have twins, 13-year-old twins. Oh, help me, help me. But when they were so little, they helped me write this version of the song, and it goes like this. Listen. A, B, C, D, little star, how I wonder, have you any wool? The wheels on the baby don't say a word. Old MacDonald had a mockingbird. Row, row, row your little lamb, Polly, Wally, Muffin Man. Yeah, let's learn it. Ready? A, B, C, D, little star, how I wonder, have you any wool? Try that much. Here we go. A, B, C, D, little star, how I wonder, have you any wool? Good. The wheels on the baby don't say a word. The wheels on the baby don't say a word. Old MacDonald had a mockingbird. Here we go. Old MacDonald had a mockingbird. Row, row, row your little lamb. Row, row, row your little lamb. Polly, Wally, Muffin Man. Here we go. Polly, Wally, Muffin Man. All together. Here we go. A, B, C, D. Here we go. A, B, C, D, little star, how I wonder, have you any wool? The wheels on the baby don't say a word. Old MacDonald had a mockingbird. Row, row, row your little lamb, Polly, Wally, Muffin Man. Yeah. Hey, you know what else summer is good for? It's not just fishing, not just looking at cows. It's also a good time for gardening. By now, in August, it'd be time to start picking. It's too late to start planting. It's time to start picking out your crops. Hopefully you got some stuff coming in, or your neighbors do. You can go over to their house late at night and sneak some tomatoes over there. Maybe they'll come bring some to you. There's a song I like singing about gardening called Inch by Inch by David Mallet. Now, I learned it with a little bit different words that are in that book. And I learned it from Arlo Guthrie, Woody Guthrie's son, and Pete Seeger, who we'll talk about a little bit later in this show. I'm going to sing the words that I learned because I kind of like them a little better. It goes like this. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. I'm gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep 'em safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. You want to try singing that with me? Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Try it with me. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. I'm gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Ready? Try it with me. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. That's it. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. I need a place to call my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Here we go, inch by inch, row by row. I'm gonna make this garden grow. I'm gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep 'em safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Yeah. Plant your rows straight and long, season with a prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching from a tree, he got his hungry eye on me. In my garden, I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Here we go. Inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. I'm gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep 'em safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. All right. Here's a good movement kind of a song. If you feel like moving, you can move like all the different animals in this song. I took this song. This song was written by a guy named Brownie McGee and Ruthie McGee, his wife Ruthie McGee, the two of them. Walk On. Very simple song, and you repeat. When I say walk on, you repeat walk on. But I wrote some new verses that are a little more kid-oriented and a little more movement-oriented. So let's try. When I say walk on, you repeat walk on, walk on, walk on. You think you can do that? Let's try it. Walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Keep on walking till you find your way back home. Ducks and geese. Can you do some ducks and geese? What does a duck say? Quack, 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 quack. Ducks and geese, they shuffle their feet. They shake their feathers to the crazy beat. They walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Yes, they keep on walking till they find their way back home. Let's see, what else? How about bears? Can you be a bear? What does a bear say? Roar. Bears mope around with the low down blues. They got bare feet 'cause they got no shoes. They walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Yes, they keep on walking till they find their way back home. How about an elephant? Can you do an elephant? Ready? That's the best I can do. Elephants stomping on the jungle floor. They pack their trunks and they're out the door. They walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Yes, they keep on walking till they find their way back home. Walk on, repeat after me. Walk on, 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 walk on. Yes, you keep on walking till you find your way back home. You could walk even when you're sitting down like me. You just roll your best self through the town. You walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Yes, you keep on walking till you find your way back home. Well, listen, you could walk, you could run, you could rock and roll. It ain't in your feet, it's down in your soul. Walk on, walk on, walk on, walk on. Yes, you keep on walking till you find your way back home. One more time. Walk on. Ready? Walk on. 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 Yes, you keep on walking till you find your way back home. Woo. You know, repeating when you're in a room by yourself may be a silly exercise, but why not double down on it, right? Let's do another repeating song. Come on, do it with me. When I say repeat in this song, you repeat the word repeat. You got it? It's a repeating song called Repeat. So I say repeat. You go real quick. Repeat, 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 repeat. You think you can do it? Get your parents in here to do it too. Mom, Dad, parents, come in here. We need help. All right, let's try it. Repeat, 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 repeat. When you meet two Pete's walking down the street with their hands in their pockets and their shoes on their feet, repeat, repeat, repeat. When you meet two Pete's, you must repeat. There's a Pete on the corner and a Pete on the street. When they meet in the middle, you must repeat, 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 repeat. When you meet two Pete's, you must repeat. When you meet two Pete's, that's pretty sweet, 'cause one Pete's neat, but two Pete's a treat. Repeat, repeat, repeat. When you meet two Pete's, you must repeat. When you meet two Pete's, that's pretty sweet, 'cause you gotta tell the world, you gotta send a tweet. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Repeat, repeat, repeat. My favorite actress is Amanda Pete. Repeat, repeat. I believe her father was named Pete Pete. Repeat, 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 repeat. That's the end of the song. This is the ridiculous part of the show, and I hope you're enjoying it. I like doing things like repeat. It is a little more fun when we're all in the same room. But how about this one? Would you like to do a scary song? Do you like scary songs? Things that are a little bit risky business, a little scary? This is a nighttime song. And if I could turn the lights off in here, I would, but I got natural light. So you got to imagine, or where you live, you could turn the lights off if you want. Maybe it's already dark there. You turn the lights down, and then you get ready, and you're going to imagine you're going to bed, and things are feeling a little spooky. When you turn off your lights and you lie in your bed and you start getting goosebumps and a feeling of dread, you look to the left, you look to the right, you pull up your covers to hide from the night, you creep to the edge and you peek underneath, and oh my Lord, what could that be? It's a slipper! It's a slipper! It's a very short song. Well, friends, I think I got a couple more songs for you. How's that sound? Can you hang with me for a couple? All right. It'd be good to do a little bit of a movement song, a little bit of a jumping song. There's a good jumping song, but I prefer to change the subject matter. Maybe what we'll do today is we'll make this a song about the coronavirus. Because you know what germs love to do? They love to jump up and down, and they like to jump right in your mouth if you're not paying attention. And that's why we got to put those masks over our face. So when a germ bounces up and down, it bounces towards our mouth. It bounces right off. And then we don't get sick, and we don't get anybody else sick if we've got it inside, right? You got to wear those. You know what else germs hate? They hate soap. They hate soap. If you wash your hands with soap really good, you get all those germs off, and then they can't jump on you. But when you're not looking, germs love to jump up and down. And sometimes they even jump up and down on beds. It's true. 3 little germs jumping on a bed. One fell off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on that bed. That's what the doctor said. He did. If you have 3 germs, you take away 1, you got 2 germs. 2 little germs jumping on the bed. One fell off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more germs jumping on your bed. No more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on that bed. That's what the doctor said. That's what she said. She said, get those germs off your bed and out of your room. She said, use some soap and put a mask on. Well, you got rid of 2 germs, and there's just 1 left. 1 last little germ, and you know what it's doing? 1 little germ's jumping on a bed. It fell off and bonked his head. Mama called the doctor, and that doctor said, get those germs off your bed. No more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on the bed. No more germs jumping on your head. We could have done the whole song jumping on your head. That's what the doctor said. Well, I'm going to end today with a song that I love. A song that was written by a guy named Pete Seeger. Now, I've told you about some of my heroes today. I told you about Woody Guthrie. We sang This Land Is Your Land. I told you about Taj Mahal, great musician, and his song Fishin' Blues. Well, we didn't do anything by Mississippi John Hurt today or Elizabeth Cotton, 2 musicians I love. But we also talked about some great heroes in American history. We talked about John Lewis. We talked about Rosa Parks. We talked about Harvey Milk. We talked about Billie Jean King. And we talked about kids that go out and help change things in the world. Kids like Greta Thunberg and the kids from Parkland and Malala Yousafzai. They've all gone out and they've tried to make the world a better place, to cause what John Lewis called good trouble. Well, one more hero of mine is a guy who spent his whole life getting in good trouble. His name is Pete Seeger. Let's see. Here he is as a young man. He's the guy with the banjo, and he's standing next to Woody Guthrie, his good friend, and they played all kinds of songs together. There's a young Pete Seeger. When Pete and Woody were young, they used to go around and they sing songs to workers, essential workers. And they sang songs about joining a union so that you could make more money at your job because what they were paid wasn't fair. It wasn't enough to feed their family. Pete Seeger believed in that. He believed that music could help change. Woody Guthrie got sick, but Pete Seeger kept going. He made it to the civil rights movement. And he helped bring one of the most important songs, in fact, the single most important song of civil rights, to that movement. A song called We Shall Overcome. Except it wasn't originally called We Shall Overcome. It was called I Will Overcome. And then some women who went on strike called it We Will Overcome. And then Pete Seeger remembered the song and he changed the title to We Shall Overcome. He said the word shall opens up your mouth wider than will. We shall overcome. And if we're going to march, we should sing. And when we sing, we should sing loud. So that day when they marched over the Edmund Pettus Bridge, which we hope will be called the John Lewis Bridge from now on the march from Selma to Montgomery in 1965, they sang songs. They sang, We Shall Overcome. When they sang that song, they always crossed their arms and held hands. It made them close together. They sang, We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Music can be powerful stuff. They sang all kinds of songs. Some of them were old songs that came from slavery history. Some of them came from the labor rights movement that Pete had been involved in. They sang, This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. They sang, This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All these different songs. Pete Seeger made up a song with his friend Lee Hayes that I'm going to sing in a minute. A song called If I Had a Hammer. It's a song about using your tools, whatever those tools are, to help make the world a better place. Pete Seeger lived to the age of 94. He died about 7 years ago, 94, and he never stopped singing. He sang for the environment. He sang for civil rights. He sang for everything, everything. When America elected its first ever black president, Pete Seeger was there. He brought his famous rock star friend Bruce Springsteen with him. And they sang, This land is your land. And Pete got everybody singing. Because that's what he did. He got everybody singing. And I hope you'll sing with me on this last song, If I Had a Hammer. This song talks about using a hammer and a bell and a song, which are three tools you could use to help bring about change. But you could also use sports. If you're a great athlete, you can use sports to help make the world a better place. If you're a great student, if you're good at history or math, you can use those skills to make the world better. If you're good at music or drawing, any kind of art, you can use those skills to make the world better. Really, anything you're good at is something that you could use to help change things so that we can truly say, this land is your land and this land is my land. This land was made for you and me. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, hammer in the evening, hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, ready? I'd hammer out danger, warning. I'd hammer out warning and love. I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Switch out that hammer for a bell. If I had a bell, I'd ring it. I would ring it in the morning, in the evening. I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, warning. I'd ring out warning and love. I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, I would sing it I sing it in the morning and in the evening. I sing it in the evening all over this land. Sing out danger, I'd sing out danger. Warning, I'd sing out warning. In love, I sing out some love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. You know what? I got a hammer and I got a bell. What else? And I got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom, and it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Do it again. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom, and it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land, including in Medford. All right, my friends, it was so nice to spend some time with you. I love the Medford Family Network. My kids went there when they were little too, and I especially love the wonderful director over there. You know her, I know her, we all love her, Marie Cassidy. She is a saint on earth, a wonderful, wonderful person. So please keep going to Medford Family Network. Please support the work that they do because it's so important. And I look forward to seeing you all next time in person. Bye, everybody.